What's up, my beautiful people? I am here today to talk to you about a wonderful book that I read called Facing the Giants. It's by Max Lucado. Um, I reread the book actually. We read it in church. We had a whole series on Facing the Giants, even looked at the movie about it. And it's basically talking about facing your fears or facing your doubts, removing barriers that could block blessings or block a goal or block anything that you see that you could have in your future, but you're quite scared to achieve it. You've never seen it done before, whether it be in your family, your environment, the teacher said you couldn't do it, couldn't make it, whatever the case may be. But this is a book about David and Goliath, basically. A lot of people were scared. However, David was not, but there was still a giant that needed defeating. The movie is more so about a coach who was having difficulties. And it was pretty hard for him to keep the faith because it was like every time he turned a corner, if he succeeded in something, he got knocked down, or he was continuing to just get knocked down with every little thing that he did, even to the point of his wife becoming pregnant. Well, in this movie, it's pretty amazing, and it teaches you a lot because this man, he had a student. He was over a football team. And he had a student who believed he couldn't crawl, he believed he couldn't crawl to the other end of the football field. And not only did he crawl to the other end of the football field, he crawled to the other end of the football field with another player on his back. That's amazing. But the trick behind it was the coach blindfolded him. And the people kept encouraging him. All of his teammates were encouraging him. Go, you can do it, you can do it. And they shouted the whole time he was crawling with this other player on his back. So just imagine the other player having to hold himself up. So he looked like a dead dog, just to explain what the player on top looked like. He looks like a dead dog. He was holding his legs up and holding on to the crawling guy's jersey. Well, anyway, he makes it to the other end. And that was a huge message for me because he had on a blindfold. And sometimes we have to put on blinders to everything else, even though we don't know what the future looks like. We don't know what it's going to look like, feel like, taste like, whatever like. We don't know anything about it until we reach it. But we have to put on the blinders to everything else. And then another thing that movie taught me is you have to get around people who are cheering you on. People who aren't jealous of what it is that you're trying to accomplish. They're right there. Whether they get a piece of it or not, they're right there cheering you on the whole way through. And I'm not saying that these people didn't have lives. I'm just saying that within their souls, they can be happy for you, truly happy. No matter what's going on in their life, they are still happy for you. They know that they have their own, whether it's there or not, it's coming, they know. So this movie taught me a lot, and the book taught me a lot. Even though there were two different scenarios, they still taught a lot about facing your giant. See, our brains operate on the past. Our brains operate on what you've been through, what people have told you, what your teacher told you, what your environment told you. So when you're getting ready to go forward with anything, your brain has never been there before. You had a vision subconsciously. Consciously, your brain has never been there before. So what's happening is your brain wants to protect you from everything that you've heard when you were a child about, let's just say, money. You got to work hard for it. right? We hear that, oh, you got to work hard for your money. I heard that a lot. I heard that a lot growing up. You got to work hard for your money. And so guess what? When I became a cosmetologist, guess what I did? I would give away hairstyles for free if they were easy. No, you don't owe me anything. No, that's okay. You keep it. No, it was nothing. One lady had to literally lay the money down on my station and said, I'm not taking it back. You deserve it. You went to school for this. You've earned this. You are a professional. You take this money. And I couldn't do anything but say, okay. It was the way she looked at me, and it pierced me. It did something in me. And then another thing that I did is, because doing hair is so easy for me, my prices were very low. And being that I grew up the way that I grew up, in a lack mentality, a lack environment, my prices were very, very low. They were so low, it was disrespectful. They were so low, I didn't get any clients. And it was basically saying, hey, she doesn't respect her work. She doesn't respect her craft, her talent. Why should I go to her? If her prices are like that, that means she can't get anybody. She's not worth it. I don't have time to waste my money. And there was a stylist, and I just love this man and his wife to this day, because this stylist, he pulled me to the side. And I really respect him for that. He pulled me to the side and he said, your prices are disrespectful to what the work that you do. And I was like, what do you mean? He said they're too low. He was like, they are way too low. You can't survive off of that. You can't eat off of that. And see, I was used to struggling. So here I am adding more struggle to my life. And whether we want to call it God, the universe, spirit, whatever it was giving me what I was putting out. I was lacking. I felt the lack. I lived the lack. So I was getting the lack. And so when it comes to facing your giants, you have to remove the blockages. You have to tell yourself you're worth the pay. That car, you're worth getting that. If you worked hard, as they say, you've worked hard, get the car. Hey, you deserve the car, period. You've done what you needed to do. Okay? You're making the money. You're doing your work out of love. You have a career out of love. What you're doing is helping and serving. Instead of saying, hey, I've worked hard, let me do this, whatever. Just go treat yourself. Okay? Now, there are plenty of scriptures that will tell us that God wants us to have abundant. He wants us to have above. He wants what we touch to turn to gold. I mean, and I'm in different scriptures all over the Bible, from the Old Testament to the New Testament. Okay? There are other religions out there that will tell you you can manifest what you want. Why would you live in lack when this world is abundant? Why would you live in lack when everything is endless? There's enough money to go around. There's enough cars to go around. There's enough places to live. You know, so we have to face our giants. We have to remove the limiting mindsets. We have to remove wanting people to congratulate us or even cheer us on. And I know I said that earlier, and that's fine, but sometimes when it doesn't happen, we still have to be okay, and we have to still cheer ourselves on. Okay? So there are ways that you can deal with these fears of these giants when you're getting ready to venture out on accomplishing this goal, bringing this goal into your life, making it real, making it tangible. You first need to take out some time to breathe. You need to breathe. You need to calm your mind. Okay? You need to become one with yourself. Just have to gather yourself, is what they say. Gather yourself. Gather yourself. Okay? Become one with you. Get to know you. You are important. Not anyone else and what they think. You are important. Gather yourself. Breathe. I don't care how long you hold the breath. 3 seconds. 5 seconds. Make them slow seconds. And then exhale the same amount of time. and feel how that breath goes in and out and become one with you. Okay, and then the second thing you need to do is keep a diary. Write down what you want. How will you accomplish it? What do you want it for? Okay, so a lot of times we think about manifesting and we believe it's just all about words. I'm a millionaire. I'm a homeowner. I'm a wife. I'm a husband. I'm a billionaire. Whatever it is, we think it's just all about words. But it's really all about being that in the present moment, not the past, the woulda, coulda, shoulda, not the future. I'm going to. It's the now. I am. And I thought about something. I was watching this man that I love to watch, and he was talking about wheels, and he was talking about the English language, or the way that the English language vibrates, basically, and how our words are witchcraft. So you're doing spells. That's why you learn spelling and different things when you first began school. Well, all of that to say, it made me think of will, mind, will, emotions, how God wills for you to have abundance. God wills for your talents to make you money. All of these things in the Bible, if you believe in the Bible, if you don't still, there are things out here to show you that he wants you to be abundant. His will is that you be abundant. So when I thought about it, I was like, I will this in my life. I am this in the present moment. I feel myself in the present moment, and that's number 3. You have to get into your body, which I know I added that to number 1, but you have to get into your body and will. Okay? And I am. I am, to me, are the 2 strongest words ever. I remember when I was in my home state, I asked God, what is your name? So many people got so many names for you, and I'm really confused. I don't want to call you the wrong name. What can I call you? And I remember that night, I heard and I felt, it was like this presence. It was like a blanket or something, and it just fell on me. It was really, really soft. And it's like, you know, when your mom, she tosses the cover. And I want to say this real fast, that your spirit beings, your gods, your angels, they don't come to you and scare you. They come to you in a manner in which you're used to, something that doesn't scare you, something that's pleasant, smells good, something that is kind to you. That's how they come to you. So I remember when my mom used to toss the fresh, warm blankets, and me and my brother used to get under those blankets and let the blanket fall on us. Well, that's how, when the spirit came to me, that's what happened. It felt like this quilt or this blanket or something was falling on me, and then it tucked me in. You know how your mom gets her hands like this and she, you know, tucks you in? It felt like that. And I heard the words in my ears. I heard this. I am that I am. And I went to sleep and I slept peacefully. And when I woke up, I realized he is all I need him to be. I am because he is. So I am. And ever since then, it's been I am for me. Never knock anybody who says anything else, but this has been a personal experience to my success. And I'm not talking about just monetary success and material, anything success, but anything I touch, like Deuteronomy 28 states, anything I touch turns to gold. Okay? And I do have enemies that come and attack me. However, they leave. You know, they flee. Whatever their plans are, they don't work. Sometimes it seems that they work, but they don't work. So there's no reason to fear when you're living and you're facing your fears. And notice I said living and facing your fears. You have to face your fears. You have to be like David and Goliath. As small as that rock was, he killed Goliath. You have to kill it. As small as you think you are, kill it anyway. Okay? And I can't remember the story, But remember the report when they came back, when they were going into the promised land, he said they looked at us as if we were grasshoppers? No, they were looking at them like, oh my God, those are the mighty people of God. So it's all about your mindset. How you think people look at you may not be how they're looking at you. You have to stand courageously. Okay? You have to stand your ground. Stand. Okay, so there was something that I was looking at, and it's basically, you can have victory. Next thing you know, you have to protect what you're going through. This is the reason why you have to have the right people around you. And until you get them, that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to have them right away. Just be quiet. Because everybody's going to talk to you in that current circle according to who you were. You're changing on the inside, and it's going to come out. So you got to be quiet. You have to be quiet so that you can hear the downloads. Joyce Myers always say, a little leaven at the whole lump. Okay? So you don't want bull crap that they're talking to come into what's being performed in you for a better you. Okay? You face the giants, and I'm telling you, you are going to live in houses that nobody ever imagined you to live in, and it's going to blow your mind too. You're going to drive a vehicle that you never imagined that you would ever drive, okay? You're going to have a job or a career. You're going to be an entrepreneur, something. You're going to do things that you never thought you could do when you face your giants, when you face your fears, when you remove those limiting blocks. I'm telling you, when you were born into who you wanted to be. Into who you were meant to be. However, your mama and your daddy said something, your auntie and your uncle said something, your cousin said something, your teacher said something. All of them said something that came against who you are. And you thought that that's who you are. And now all of a sudden there's a change that's happening, and you're confused. You don't know. You're scared to step forward. I'm telling you, face your giants. Remove the fears. And as Joyce Meyer says, do it in fear. Do it anyway. And so that's all I have for you. Take action towards what you have. And if there's anyone out there that you know that's having problems facing the fears, or they're really, really scared about tomorrow, hey, I'm a life coach. Reach out to me. The description, everything you need, everything you need is in the description box. Okay? Reach out to me. Send me an email. Ask me questions. Anything. I don't care. I'm all about the healing. Somebody was there for me, and I'm willing to be there for anyone I need to be there for, as long as they're serious. For all the empaths, I understand. I'm very intuitive as well. I understand. You pick up other people's fears. I can help you with that as well. Reach out to me. Hey, like, share, subscribe if this was helpful. You don't have to, but I ask you to. Okay, till next time, keep facing those giants. Get rid of those fears and limiting blockers. I'm Francesca. Bye.